Fight that one.
Right, 6.5 years.
Can I add a
Sure.
comment? I don't know which is the bigger event, however, this is the day on which our fire sprinkling ordinance goes into effect, being the 90th day since we passed it back in April. And the other event is that this is the 51st anniversary of our landing on the moon.
Cool.
Select which one you think is the most historic.
Can I vote?
That's why we got a cake.
Wait a minute, what year, what anniversary?
Yes.
51.
No,
Try it again.
No,
It can't be.
it was like 63 or 64.
69.
69, I believe.
1959.
69.
No,
You
no,
don't
because I saw it.
you didn't
So
even
did
know
I.
it.
Nice try.
Kennedy
No, in 59 I went to
forecast
see it.
that we would be on the moon before the end of the decade, which was the 50s.
When
No,
did Kennedy go into office?
When did he get, when was he elected?
All right, I can answer this
Moving right
question.
along.
I can answer this question
Mike
definitively.
can, Mike will Google it.
I can answer this question for you. I was a Boy Scout, and we were at the,
All right.
and I watched the moon landing at the National Boy Scout Jamboree in 1969 at Farragut State Park in Idaho. I'll always remember it.
Yeah.
I was there too.
I stand
The Boy Scout camp?
See
Oh!
how time flies when you're having fun?
Kidding. No, I was in Memphis. too.
Okay,
I'm going home to check it though.
Okay.
We know each other.
Do we have any visitors who wish to address the board? No. Please identify yourself and
Michael and Linda Dunn, 2920 Orange Brace Road, Riverwoods, Illinois, 615. I'd like to talk to you about the ordinance that is on the books on watering, and I'd like to request a change. The board make a change to those people who are on wells on watering, that you set a time limit, that they cannot sit in water all night long.
Under the current limitations, you can't water between, I think it's between 10 and 5, but you can water before 10 and any time after 5.
so there's
So
no limit as to
Yeah.
how long.
So these people turn their sprinklers on at 5 and 1.
How do you water all night with a well?
They do.
They do.
With a sprinkler?
Yes.
Yeah, you could.
Soakers.
Timer. Well, I
There's
think-
Who's
there's,
gonna monitor it though, that's the problem.
no.
Don't raise your hand.
No, I'm serious, folks. We got 20 feet of water above our pump right now. We're a monitored well. And our next door neighbor, who has planted and planted forever, is the source of the other tree stuff. They're nice folks. They don't have a clue. For the first time, we've lived here since '75, and I finally picked up the phone and called the
It's the
police
first time
department.
we've ever
Ever done
complained
anything.
about a neighbor, and I had talked to them the week before.
We've asked them personally, we went to a party at their house, I mean, they're nice people, but they're with, as my friend used to say, a-cluistic. They don't have a clue about living in Riverwoods. And I've put a new pump in 3 times and all that, I know what it costs when the well goes dry and the pump runs and burns out.
So, I'm
I don't know what
requesting
can
for
be
the
done,
board that can you look into putting a time limit?
A number of hours, a
A
specific
number of hours,
Yeah,
a
can you
specific
do
number of
some
hours,
research on
and a
this for us?
specific time of day.
Yeah, I think that where I would start is get with some of our local well folks, get their sense. I haven't looked at the water level reports
20 feet.
lately, but
They've been dropping.
we've been getting done. So yeah, I'll do some investigation. I'll report back to the board at the next meeting.
How do we currently monitor watering restrictions? Or do we really? Or do we just wait for people to call it?
Yeah, I mean, the only way you can do that is have a neighbor call in.
And most
Okay.
times the people on wells, when the well levels start dropping, will call when somebody's watering inappropriate.
Well, I can imagine.
The other neighbors, not in her house right now. Or you probably would have gotten another phone call.
Okay. Okay, we will do some investigating and we'll
Thank you.
hopefully have something for you by the next meeting.
And I don't know what to
Let
do.
let me ask the chief, how do you monitor something like that? Since you're
Oh, he
talking
was-
about during the night,
No, he doesn't want to.
No, but he was really, really good.
his people would enforce it.
He
No.
came down within 10 minutes of us calling.
Neighbors have got to,
It's
neighbors have
it's
got to
gotta
be
be
like anything
a
else.
call. Well, you can't just drive by and see somebody's sprinkler going. You
No,
won't.
the neighbor has got to make a phone call. That's what
That's the
happens.
only way you can.
Well, of course.
you can-
I don't know about the time limit, but if I'm driving down the street and it's an even day, and I see an odd address with their sprinkler
Right.
on, I'll stop and advise them of the ordinance and have them turn it off. So that's what my officers are.
You know, the
are
simplest
doing.
thing would not be to say to try and limit the total number of hours, because that's probably hard to count, but simply to say, if you can water before 10, maybe you can't start watering before 6. And if you can water after 5, maybe you can't water after 10, or something like that. Then you just have.
Well, we'll have to figure it out, yeah.
Right,
You
and I
That's-
do
can't
know,
monitor a time limit. You can't say 3 hours, this was gonna.
right,
Who knows when it
and I
started?
do know a lot of people like to water when the sun is not out, because it's actually the best time to water, because then it doesn't evaporate.
And what if you're watering in segments? You're doing this part of your lawn for this 20 minutes, then this part for 20 minutes, and it takes 5 hours to do it. So it's gonna be tough to.
Well, this is we have, you just can't make an ordinance without thinking about it.
Yeah. And it is tough to do, but on the other hand, when people are watering regularly over and over and over,
No, I
and wells are
understand.
not dropping, you know, people who see their wells going away and have been dry before get a little bit nervous,
Maybe
and
you
rightly
should-
so.
Maybe you should emphasize what it does to the other wells in the neighborhood, these people would understand.
Well, that's-
And
No,
the
no,
more
no.
they water,
And their own.
They were told,
it affects other people's wells.
they were told. They were explicitly
And they're on a well,
told
aren't
that. Yes,
Yeah, we're all wells.
we're all wells there.
Okay.
So.
Maybe another reason why you should think about hooking up.
Oh, Michael, if you'll pay from the line to my house.
I will too, Mike, I'll let you do it too.
Would you?
Mhm.
You guys are also kind.
Yeah, they're sharing the pleasure with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Okay, motion for approval of bills.
So moved.
Any discussion?
Who moved the second?
Rick second,
Okay.
Sherry.
I sure you first did.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Chamberlain,
Aye.
trustee Dreier,
Aye.
trustee Haber,
Aye.
trustee Kuzma,
Aye.
trustee Masterson,
Aye.
trustee Spotted.
Pass them this way.
Trustee Chamberlain had a couple of questions, and I will.
I'm collecting bills for us.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, I asked for comments from the board about the deer fence, and I got comments from trustee Chamberlain, thank you, trustee Krimton, Masterson, and Haber. And thank you very much. And we're all good, we're all different. They don't tell me what to do.
And that's why you wear the mayor's hat.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm open for discussion. One of the things anybody want to say anything first?
Well, I could.
I really like my suggestion.
Really?
But
I
basically,
think yours was very good, by the way.
but basically, you know, we all, I think, there is a commonality among what people turned in, and I think the commonality is that we're all wondering exactly what is it we're trying to do, what questions are we trying to answer, and I think until we can agree on that, it's hard to know where to go.
Okay. Okay, let me tell you what I think. Okay. This started out as what I call a compromise.
Can't hear you, Bill, most people are lying.
Yeah, this started out as a compromise. During the